Very good morning, friends. We was thinking about the water movement or the circulation of water in the ocean. In that we studied waves. Then second thing, in the part as a part of wave, we have seen tsunami that we was thinking and discussing. Okay. While the earthquake cannot be predicted in advance, it is possible to give a 3-hour notice of a potential tsunami. If we are able to give an advance information to the people, something is going to happen, please go away from this area. It will help them. So we can't predict it early in much advance. At least 3 to 4 hours, if you are getting, people can keep themselves in a safe area. Such early warning systems are in a place across the Pacific Ocean, but not in the Indian Ocean. In the Pacific Ocean, we are getting like that some information a little bit early in early hours itself, but in Indian Ocean, there is no chance to get like that. Tsunamis are rare in Indian Ocean as the seismic activity is less as compared to Pacific Ocean. When we are comparing with the Pacific Ocean, like the earthquake or tsunami like that things are very less in Indian Ocean. Then the tsunami that ravaged the South and the Southeast Asian coast in December 2004 is the most devastating tsunami in the last several hundred years. A large damage caused to life, property, and the primarily a result of lack of monitoring and early warning system and the knowledge among the coast dwellers of Indian Ocean. Please underline why this tsunami of 2004 given this much of destruction to our society, or not only other some countries. If we here we India, especially Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and Kerala coastal people also suffer. Why it is lack of monitoring? We don't have like that any monitoring system. Then we don't have early warning system giving warning or understanding the thing. Then we don't know, we are not given any information to the people how they want to behave, how they want to keep themselves safe in the situation of tsunami or earthquake. So all these things are a reason for given more destruction or damage in 2004 tsunami. The first indication that tsunami is approaching is the rapid withdrawal of water from the coastal region. Water will go down deep to 2-3 meters down, or more than that, water will go down. That is the indication or indicator of going to be tsunami here in this area, followed by a destructive wave. Then the water is going down. How much it is going down? It may be 10 meters like that, and that much heighted wave will come again. That will give a damage or destruction to our coastal area. When this happened on the coastal, instead of people going to high ground, they started assembling the coastal to view the miracle. What miracle? The water is going down. They felt like that something miracle is happening. So people don't know how to protect themselves, even though they are understood something is different from a natural sea coast, and because of that they thought it is a miracle. So all of them came out in the coast to see that miracle instead of going upper area or high area. So like that instruction want to give to the people, or information want to give to the people, or mock drill want to conduct for the people. It may be in the school or in the village or in the coastal area. According to the situation, we want to make the mock drill and other things. Then, as a consequence, there was a large casualty of curious onlookers when the gigantic wave tsunami struck. When the tsunami came, so the people, those who was looking curiously to the ocean or the coastal area, what is happening, all of them lost their life, or many of them lost their beloved ones. So what we want to do, we want to observe the changes of the nature, and if the nature is showing like that entirely different thing, don't think like that it is a miracle, and it may be a sign for coming something unusual. So we should able to sense that one and first we want to observe, then next we want to understand that is something going to be happen, so move away from that area. We should able to analyze and help the people to move away from that area, so we can reduce the destruction what is especially human life destruction we can reduce. Next point, it is tide. The rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water twice in a day, it is called tide. It is not happening every time like waves. It is happening in a day only 2 times. That is also rhythmic rise and fall. It is a high tide when the water covers much of the shore by rising its highest level. Not like tsunami, but it will come little bit upper when it is tide time. That we will call it high tide. Please underline what is high tide and what is tide. Then, second one, the low tide, where the water falls to its lowest level and recedes from the seashore. The water is going down. That situation we are calling it low tide. So, in tide, we are having what is tide, then what is high tide, and what is low tide. Then, what are the reasons for tide, or what are how it is causing low tide, high tide, like that things, how it is causing, or reasons behind that we are going to see. Important thing, the strong gravitational pull exerts by the sun and the moon on earth's surface cause the tide. What are the reasons, which ones are making the tides here on earth? That is the gravitational pull exerts from where sun as well as moon on where on the surface of earth. That's why we are enjoying or we are experiencing tide. The water of the earth closer to moon gets pulled under the influence of moon's gravitational force causes high tide. When the moon is coming moon is coming the near to the earth surface, that time it will pull the water, it will give a pull, gravitational pull on the surface water. That's time water will come up, that is known as the high tide. Like that high tide it is we are experiencing during the full moon, a new moon day. The sun and the moon and earth are in the same line. The tide are the highest. Which days we can see the highest tide? Full moon day and new moon day. Why? It is coming the this is the full moon day. That day what will happen? Sun and moon will come in one side and it will pull the surface of earth, so it will get the more pressure, so we are experiencing high tide. Then another day, the new moon day. That time sun is going to one side and moon is standing in another side. From both side earth is getting the pressure. That day also we will experience the highest tide. These tides are calling the spring tides. We will call it what it is, spring tides. The tides, because the high tides are the highest tides due to the full moon day and the new moon day, and that is known as the spring tide, and that tides are very heighted one. Then but when the moon is in its first and last quarter, the ocean water get drawn in diagonally opposite directions by the gravitational pull of sun and moon, resulting low tide. We can come here the nip tide or the low tide, because sun is standing in one side and moon is standing in another side, and this is not in the opposite or it is not in the same line. So it is like the 90-degree like that, because the first quarter it will come upside and next then the last quarter it will come the opposite of that one. So we are making the 90-degree con angle, and we can see that the position of moon, and both of them it is pulling the earth surface. Moon also, sun also, moon also. So it is getting the confusion, means the sun is pulling one side and moon is pulling to other side, so the water will go down, little bit down it will go. That is known as the neap tide. It is given like in the textbook also, can see that one. That's why what is happening, the water will go down, it is going down, so because it is getting the pressure from opposite directions. So these tides are called as neap tide. So we studied about spring tide as well as neap tide. Then high tides helps in the navigation, and they raise the water level close to shore, and it helps the ship to arrive at the harbor more easily. And high tides also help them in fishing. Many more fish come closer to the shore during the high tide, and it enables the fishermen to get plentiful catch. The rise and fall of water due to tide is being used to generate electricity. What are the uses of tide? Please, you can write with your pencil like that. Uses of tide. What are the uses of tide? First one, if it is high tide, we can make the navigation. We can use for the movement of the it is in the ship or the boat. Then the high rise of the water, it is giving chance to ships to come very closer to the shore, because water is coming up, so it can reach much more closer to the shore area. Then next one, it is helping the fishing, because the water is coming upside. That's why that much fishes will be included in that. So the fishermen can catch fish in the days of this high tide. And the next one, it is the high tide and low tide of the means the falling and rising of the water. It is helping us to generate electricity also. These are the four major uses of your tides when we can see. Once again, navigation, then the coming close harbor becoming very easier to the ships. Then fishing, it is getting a better help from for fishing, because fish will come to the seashore more closer to the shore area, so the fisherman can catch maximum fish. Then the rise and fall of the water of tide is being used to generate electricity. Okay, we will continue in next video.